Hello, I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and in this week we're looking at part 2 of How Good is Good. And in particular, we're looking at putting. How good are the PGA Tour players with putting? Stay tuned. So in this week, we're discussing putting. How good are the PGA Tour players at putting? In last week's video, we looked at how good they really were, and it all started with me watching a golf tournament on television and seeing, gee, these guys are amazing, but it's not really indicative of how the whole field plays. It's just the very best playing at their very best, or the freaks playing at their freakiest, and we're seeing the producer or director's cut of that. So it's a highlights package, sort of. It's the very best. That's not normal, so let's look at what normal really is. So once again, I've delved into the data from PGA Tour and the statistics and exported them into an Excel spreadsheet, and I've got all sorts of things here. So if we take a look at what the best players in the world, and there's a difference here, I've put in category leader, what the average is, and what the worst performer is. And we shouldn't really be comparing ourselves to the best. I don't know that we even should be comparing ourselves to the average, but we could compare ourselves and be a lot closer to that of the worst performer. Okay, so let's delve into the data. So from 3 feet, the category leader is 100%. So they hold every single putt from 3 feet. The tour average from 3 feet is 99.43%. The worst performer on tour is 98.1%, and these figures are all based on last year, 2016's total season statistics. Then we go to 5 feet. The best putter on the tour gets 98.57. The tour average is 96.56, and the worst performer is 93. So there's a big drop between what the best and the worst. There's a 5 percentage points difference between the worst and the best from 5 feet. Then we get down to 6 feet. So it's only one more foot. Suddenly it drops from 98 down to 83. The best performer is at that. Then we've got the tour average at 70.99. And then we've got the worst performer at 52%. So it drops off quite a bit from 6 feet. 7 feet, the best one is 79.45, so it just comes down. The tour average is 60.86, and the worst performer's down to 39.29. And I've got some other ones in there. It starts to get interesting at around 10 feet. So from 10 feet, the best putter on tour gets at 60.98, so call that 61% of the time. The tour average is 41%, so that's well under half. So they're getting less than half of them. And the worst performer is only getting to 17.39. Now that's closer to where we as average golfers should be. Then we go to 20 feet. So there's a big drop off. We go from 60.98 at 10 feet down to 12.19. So just over 12% get the ball in from 20 feet. The tour average is 6.97, and the worst performer on tour is at 3.79. Then we get to 25 feet. 9.72% of the time, the best putter on tour gets it in from there, less than 10%. 1 in 10 from 25 feet. Tour average is 5.28, and the worst performer on tour only gets it 1.58. So I think you'll agree, some of those statistics are pretty surprising. You know, the shorter putts, yeah, you expect them to get a lot of them, but it drops off pretty quickly. And notice the difference from the worst performer on tour to the best performer on tour. It's quite remarkable. So instead of comparing ourselves to what the best player on the tour is doing, we should be thinking about, how do my stats compare to the worst player on tour? And if we can get closer to that, we're certainly going to have a much better score. We'll have less putts, lower our handicap. So I hope you found that interesting. I certainly did when I went through it. They're not as good as I thought they were. They are from the short range, but you know, the amount of times from 10 feet, you know, I'm thinking, you know, I really should be holding this most of the time. Well, the average tour player is getting it less than half from 10 feet. So don't be too hard on yourself. Thank you for letting me help you with your golf. I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor. And if you like my videos, you can click on the round avatar down the bottom there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also get further information on my Facebook page or my Twitter feed, and you can go and sign up to my electronic newsletter at thegolfdoctor.com.au.